Welcome to Black Man Talk. I'm Trey Styles. I'm glad to be back here once again. Glad to be alive, and I'm wishing everyone nothing but wealth, happiness, and prosperity, not just for the new year, but for life. I'm wishing everybody that for life. I'm an honest man. I'm a very honest man. And I'm not trying to come off as arrogant. Because I'm my own toughest critic. But I'm an honest man, and I really strive to be a very honest man in every aspect of life. Many people say, you an honest man. What that supposed to mean? Well, I'll tell you what it mean to me when I say I'm an honest man. Because I'm very aware that there are some people who are honest, and they are honest in being dirty people. So they honestly are dirty people. They honestly are scandalous people. They honestly are backstabbers. They honestly will do anything to anybody to get what they want, or anybody to get in the path of what they want, whatever it may be. Whether it's money, women, attention, they'll do anything for it. So what do I mean when I say I'm an honest man? I'm the exact opposite. I won't do anything to anybody to get what I want if it means seriously hurting a person unjustly, sabotaging a person unjustly. For example, money is not everything to me. There's some things I would never do for money. I mean, even if it's a stranger I don't know. If it means setting that person up to be hurt, to get ahead in my career, to get ahead in life. I strive as an honest man to not ever do anything like that. As an honest man, I don't try to have sex with or mess with another man's woman, or another man's wife or girlfriend, and been that way since my teen years, since I've been working on myself and trying to model myself and like a man like Brother Malcolm. And it hasn't been easy, but the more I practice, the easier it has become for me. Kind of like second nature, like practice makes perfect. I have friends ask me, man, how you be that disciplined when sometimes you got somebody, for example, like a woman putting it right in front of your face. When you know you may desire it, you may want to do something. It may be the bomb, maybe something real good, but you still think that, okay, I wouldn't want nobody doing that to me, so I'm not gonna do that to them. Nevertheless, I'm idealistic but realistic. As a man who's honest like myself, I know just because I'm honest with people don't mean they're honest with me. I know just because I won't bother your property your woman or your women or anything that belongs to you or anybody for that matter, man or woman or child, doesn't mean they won't do that to me. I said this once before. My mama told me that everybody's not going to be as honest as you. I've been told even by mom and older people in my family, uncles, like, ain't nothing wrong with being a good dude, being honest, but sometimes you just got to play the game. I remember being told by older cousins that I deeply admire, still admire, and they probably meant well. When it was sometimes a young girl around the way who was naive or loose or maybe had low self-esteem, I was told, hey, shit, just get them and, just get your dick wet. Go ahead and do it. Just go and get them, get your dick wet, get your little practice in. That's what I was told as a teenager. Well, I was on my journey to being an honest person, an honest man. The man that I am today as Trey. And I was very, very tempted. But I don't know what it was in the world or what it was just in my ambience, whatever it was. When I was intent on doing some of those things, it was like something in the world or somebody was watching over me, because I said, man, shit, I'm just going to go out and do this. Go and do that. Take advantage of them. Take advantage of this chick. Do this or do that. And as soon as I say I made up my mind, I'm going to do it, then I come across something or I see a billboard or I look on my phone and say a woman infects 324 men with HIV. And then I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick to this journey that I'm on. I'm gonna stick to being me. I'm gonna be the brother that I'm destined to be. And at the same time, it doesn't mean in my mind that I'm any better than the next man, because it's just me. Because being an honest man like myself, I can't say that it has brought me wealth, at least material wealth. It hasn't made people necessarily love me more or necessarily appreciate me more. People hearing that say, I respect that. But it ain't made nobody just get a world to me, or the world didn't stop because of me being an honest man. And it's not supposed to, because that's me. That's my purpose. In a minute that I get trapped in thinking that I'm entitled because of my beliefs or whatever I'm striving to be or whatever I think is right or wrong, that's the minute I'm gonna get off track. Now, that's just one aspect talking about the women, but I'm just talking about even as far as talking about people and putting people down. Because as a young man, I used to talk down on some people. Call them names and call them slow, call them ugly, people I was even related to. But I did that because I didn't feel good about myself, and I had to be honest with myself. I'm putting this person down because I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. I'm putting this person down because I don't feel good about myself. I feel like shit, so I want you to feel like shit. That's where I was. And it's still a constant battle. Because sometimes negative thoughts will come through my head about a person who probably ain't never did nothing wrong to me, in some cases who has never done anything wrong to me or the people I love or the people in general. But I'm human. So I always got to check myself and, realign things and make sure that I'm honest with myself and I correct myself and I keep moving. I've had people tell me I was too honest. Had a friend tell me that if you was dealing with some people, man, they'd think you was a snitch because you too pure. And I'm not gonna lie, it's very tough, man, because when you walking around in this world or in this life or whatever, and it seems like the people who are rewarded materially the people who are respected like throughout the world in some respects, and especially throughout the world, but especially in Black America. In many respects, like the people who are rewarded, people who are respected, are the people who do some of the grimiest shit. Like, people don't care what you do to make a living, where you get your money from, who you run over, who you hurt, who you steal from, who you kill, who you sabotage. If you got money and you do anything to get the bag, do anything to anybody to get the bag, you respect it and you rewarded for your treachery. And on the flip side of that, it seems like the people who strive to live a high moral life or who tries not to destroy a person are the people who are the most hated. Not speaking in general, but I'm generally speaking, like even throughout history. Like when I think about Brother Malcolm being an honest man, like the brother who I modeled myself out, being an honest man like him, it made a lot of people hate him. A lot of people he thought loved him eventually ended up hating him. And one thing I've learned about being an honest man, about being a man, about being a human being, about being a person, about being a black man, is that sometimes people wait for the slightest infraction from you to justify them trying to destroy you. And what I come to the conclusion about what I come to as a conclusion thus far is that some people that be around you, the smiling face, are not necessarily down with you. Sometimes they need a justifiable reason to make them sleep at night, to make them feel good about why they really want to harm you or talk about you or physically get rid of you. Because some people don't have a conscience at all. They can just do anything to anybody, don't give a fuck. But still, there's some people who have some sort of conscience, even if it's just that guilty conscience. And they don't like to feel that guilt, because that guilt will eat your ass alive. So they don't just want to do things to you and feel like they're wrong about it. But despite all the all the negativity, despite the hardship, despite basically being a lone wolf, because I got good friends, and because I am spiritually, I do attract a lot of good people. I can't deny that. But because I'm an honest man, a very disciplined man, a very spiritual man, a very studious man of not only books and history, but of humans, I've been blessed with some kind of spiritual. I don't want to spiritual. I guess like it seemed like intuition in a way. I'm not gonna go as far as say I got ESP, like extrasensory perception or whatever. I'm not gonna go that far. Say I got it's ESP, but I can feel the vibrations of people. Sometimes I can walk in a room and I can feel when energy is not right. So without me even saying anything, sometimes we just got an aura. It's like people got an aura of negativity. Some people got an aura of positivity, and they got a light. You just attract. They just attract people. On the surface, people look at me and they say he's not the most charismatic, guy I know. But I do believe in quiet charisma. Those people that on the surface they may not seem like they're the most beautiful or the most handsome or the most alluring, whatever. But when you have a conversation with them, you have like one conversation with them, you be like, damn, this person right here pretty sharp. It's a good person, a potentially good person. I just really know as an honest man, you really are gonna feel alone in this world for the most part, because there's so many people that talk the talk, but there's so few that walk the walk. There's so many people that do shit, and it's like they be like, oh, well, God knows our heart, or we only human and we make mistakes, and we are only human and make mistakes. I get that. I'm gonna make mistakes for the rest of my life, but it's important to me that I don't make the mistakes that others have made. So if I'm gonna make mistakes, it's gonna kind of be like a new kind of mistake or a different way of making mistakes that other people before me made that I'm aware of. Like I pride myself on not doing, I say that's stupid shit that I seen people do before me. I learned from the life of Brother Malcolm. I learned from the life of Tupac Shakur, who's my favorite musical artist. The mistakes they made, the people they trusted, the people they didn't trust, the times they was cool and the times they weren't cool. They were not cool, excuse me. I learned from my mom. I learned from my dad. I learned from cousins, uncles. I'm always trying to learn from everybody. That's just something I honestly try to do. As a brother who strives to be an honest man, I try to learn honestly as much as I can from everything and everybody. I honestly try to learn the good and the bad. The good so I can utilize it in my own life. The bad so I know not to utilize it in my own life. I've encountered a lot of good people in my life, but especially since I've really been disciplined. But I also encountered a whole lot of people that had a whole lot of negative energy towards me, and I never did one thing wrong to them. I'm a firm believer that some people see things in you that they wish they had in them, but they may have in them, but they just don't strive to be better, or it's not easy. It's not the easiest path. It's the hard road, and the hard road is the road that's less traveled, that's least traveled. Excuse me. And well, for me, that hard road is like second nature now. I have moments in my life where temptation, desperation, loneliness, try to permeate my spirit in a way, or my world. But somehow, because of my discipline, because of me focused on being the best person I can be, the best man I can be, my high moral code, the models I use, brothers like Malcolm, and even though I'm not a religious man, things I learned from the Bible, things I learned from the Quran, things I learned from old African spiritual systems, keeps me striving, keeps me moving forward. It says that's just the test of life. It's like life is just like a test. It's like a video game, in a sense that you gotta, to beat the game, you gotta go through test after test. Except that the video game isn't real. Life is real. You can do a whole lot of crazy things on the video game that you can't do in life without repercussion. And I'm happy to be honest, man. I really am. I'm really happy to be an honest man. But once again, it doesn't make me better than the next man. It just makes me the man that I am. It's an eternal thing. Me being this way, it's like I said, there's no real rewards waiting for you. You can work hard. You can work hard. Some people work hard and honestly work hard, and they die harder. Some people work smart, and they transition is not as hard. They live an easier life. So there's a lot of ways you can be honest. But just because you're honest doesn't necessarily mean there's a person who's honestly good. It could be a person who's honest in a lot of negative ways. Like a person who said, I honestly don't give a fuck about nobody but myself. I honestly don't give a fuck what I would have to do to make it to the top. I honestly do anything. For me, I honestly care about those things. So when I say honest man, once again, I'm talking about a man like me who doesn't try to rob, steal, kill, or take from anybody unjustly. A man who doesn't try to take another man's wife, woman, girlfriend. That's just me. I remember talking to an older male relative of mine, and I said, if you be cheating on your wife, that don't mean you a good man. He said, his logic said, that don't mean I'm not a good man. He said, he told me, you ain't gonna be with no one woman. He said, you ain't gonna be with no one woman your whole life. I said, I can do it. And I believe I can do it. And if I had a wife or somebody I was serious about and I'm committed to them, I wouldn't cheat on them. But I'd be lying. Once again, it's like just temptations everywhere. Times I was in school and I was broke as hell. I thought about getting in the drug game. Even in high school, me and my mom were going through tough times in the household, and I wanted to contribute more. I thought about getting in the game, the drug game. Even as a brother who was striving to be honest in the way I think an honest man like myself should be. I was tempted. College years, I thought about, hell, man, if I had did this or that, and I was selling this or that, man, my car broke down and said I had to wait from paycheck to paycheck to stack my dough up. If I had that little dope money, man, shit, I might be on. I wouldn't have to wait, budget my checks and shit. I'll just take this. When I get that money coming in, boom, back on the road. But with that lifestyle, it ain't all good like the movies have people believing. It's actually really a high risk, low reward game. Many drug dealers, when they start out especially, kind of making just as much money as the people at McDonald's sometimes. Especially when they on the corners. Well, the difference is you on the corners risking your life in prison and death, but you ain't really risking that necessarily at McDonald's. But on the surface, you think that may be the better road or the easier road. There's always been temptation. So, as an honest man that Trey strives to be, Trey is not trying to hurt anybody. Trey is not trying to disrespect anybody. Trey is not trying to take advantage of anybody. But at the same time, Trey understands the game. Still learning about life. But I understand enough about the game of life that in some ways is either play or be played. I'm not trying to rob this guy. I'm not trying to steal from this guy. I'm not trying to put this guy down in no way, shape, or form. But this guy might be trying to do that to me. So I honestly got to be prepared for this guy. And I honestly got to be prepared to defend myself from this guy. Sometimes I might have to even be prepared to possibly even kill this guy. If this guy tries to cause me serious bodily harm. And that's the world we living in. Things can get that real. I heard this adage, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation. in only a second to destroy their reputation. So being an honest man like me is not easy. Being an honest man like Brother Malcolm is not easy. And I use Brother Malcolm as a model because, that's somebody I deeply admire. But I know there's other honest men as well. That's just the person I admire most, or one of the people I admire the most. So because I honestly know how the world is, I'm prepared for it. Just because I'm not bothering nobody does not mean they're not going to bother me. Just because I'm respecting people don't mean they're going to respect me. Just because I'm not jealous of nobody and I work continuously to get rid of myself of any jealous emotions that come in my mind and affect my world or my spirit, don't mean other people do that. Some people hate you because you're not just like them, or you're not just like everybody else. You don't have to have material wealth or be popular or be handsome or be the most beautiful person in the room for someone to hate you. Your confidence, your self-assurance, your positive energy, your fortitude, your resilience is enough for them to hate you. Once again, there's beautiful people in this world, but there's a whole lot of nasty people in this world. So for guys who strive to be like an honest man, like me, like Brother Malcolm, it's a tougher road. Every step of the way, I've encountered somebody trying to sabotage me, inside and outside my household. But honestly, that hasn't stopped me. And I don't plan on ever letting it stop me. But it does get real tough sometimes. Some doubt creeps in. Despair creeps in. And sometimes I've even been in positions where I wish I wasn't honest. I wish I didn't care as much. This is how I think for sometimes. At different moments, I say, I wish I wasn't as honest. I wish I didn't care as much. I wish I would just be fucking all these girls that's willing to give it up left and right, or giving it up all easy. I wish I could do some shit without a conscience, like go get some quick cash and hurt somebody, do this or do that. Wish I could live a lie sometimes, just to get ahead. But that just ain't who I am. It's really not who I am. And it's not like I'm myself. It's not like I'm living a lie because I'm not on that fake shit. I'm not living a lie because I'm trying to get something from somebody or get ahead or trying to impress somebody. Because that doesn't really work with the lifestyle I'm living. You have a few people who fake it, and then they fake it until they make it, then it comes out that they would never really like this. A person who's saying they won't cheat, they won't steal, and then it later comes out they've been cheating and stealing and doing all kind of foul stuff throughout their life. Some people change. You know what I'm saying? But there's people who come off like they perfect and or they good at two shoes and they be foul as hell. Some people gain your trust, act like they've been good, and gain your trust just to destroy you. But there are good people in this world, or some people who are genuinely good to you because they just good people. But the bad things I discuss are like the plight of being an honest man. But the good things I discuss or I talk about or I know about are far more rewarding internally for me and spiritually for me and mentally for me. I can sleep at night. I can rest well knowing that I lived a good life to the best of my ability. That these standards of a good living, healthy living, I strive for day in and day out. The rewards I get is I know I took the hard road and I've seen progress, materially, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And for the material rewards, I mean just the ability to provide for myself, take care of myself without having to really ask anybody to chip in. We all need help. But as far as, just in general, I'm able to take care of myself. I'm able to pay bills, take care of my car business. I don't need nobody to help me with this, help me with that. I can support myself financially. It wasn't always like that because I took the hard road. I wasn't born into wealth. In fact, I was born into dysfunction. But something just clicked on to me. A tragic event happened in my life, and a lot of tragedies happened in my life, and something just clicked on to me spiritually, and I just wanted something better. After hitting the lowest point of my life when I was ready to give it up, but the thing that stopped me from giving it up was I was scared to take myself out. I was brought up to believe, at least early on, that if you committed suicide, you'll go to hell. And I didn't want to leave my mother. That's the only thing that stopped me as a teenage kid. And I came back stronger than ever. It wasn't easy, but I don't regret it at all. I don't regret this tough road at all because it has made me a much better man. I'm more secure. I'm just more sure, more confident. And I feel good to be an honest man. And I hope more brothers strive to be an honest man. Honest man like myself. No, I'm not the blueprint of manhood because I'm only a man. I could do something tomorrow. I could do something tomorrow. I could do something tonight. It change everything. But based on my past decisions, my past moves, that's unlikely. So when you strive to be an honest man like myself, just understand that if you decide to be an honest man, like I discussed today, that the rewards are not like the rewards you get from being an honestly bad man and an honestly I would say an honestly bad world. There's good things in it, but an honestly bad world, honestly tough world, an honestly cutthroat world. But being the honest man I am, I wouldn't change it at all. This is going to conclude Black Man Talk for this week. I'm Trey Styles, and I wish everyone well. I just had to discuss being an honest man and my idea of being an honest man. because I see so many brothers like myself, like we just really forgotten, and just the way the media portrays black men, you would think this damn near every brother is foul or just to do anything. I know brothers who was in the streets, knee deep in the streets. I knew brothers whose life was on the line, who was on the run. You know, and they had, some of them had murdered. Some of them was wanted for murder, wanted for all kinds of crimes. But they still didn't encourage me to do that, or they didn't try to, destroy my hopefulness in life and in the world. So I just want to, just really spread light on the honest man. And there's a lot of black men that are honest men, contrary to popular opinion. Because there are a lot of us that are really honest. And it needs more light need to be spread on the brothers that's really honest out here, instead of all the negativity. And once again, like I said, I'm Trey. I want everybody to have peace and prosperity and good health, not just for the new year, but for life.